Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting adventure of Papa's comic books and coffee. Look who's here today, Superman. It's your first issue and it could be your last. Number 1, it says, 75 cents from 1987. This book is by John Byrne and Terry Austin. Okay. It's called Hero, Heart of Stone. If you're interested in this book, it is available on my eBay page along with other ones, Papa's-Comic-Books. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, please, if you don't mind, as well as give me a like or give me a dislike. Tell me what's going on with this thing, okay? Just a word of caution before we start. I am testing out a new camera angle, so it could get shaky and things could get kind of crazy here. But let's see what we can do. Okay, Superman, Heart of Stone. Come out, whoever you are. Nobody home. And from the looks of this place, nobody's been home for weeks. Curious. Why would anyone abandon such a fully equipped laboratory, especially after going to all the trouble of lining the walls with lead? Presumably that was intended to block my X-ray vision. With time out for a few interruptions by sundry supervillains, I've been following the trail of this place for 3 months now, ever since I discovered the rocket that brought me here to Earth from the planet Krypton had been stolen from its holding place in one of the fields owned by my adoptive father. Funny, it's still hard to believe Ma and Pa Kent are not my real parents, that I'm actually an alien being. Not that aliens, especially humanoid aliens, are anything new around here. Hawkman is an alien from the planet Thanagar, and Green Lantern was given his power ring, easily the most powerful weapon in the universe, by the dying alien. In any case, I think and feel as a human being, not a Kryptonian. Another lead-lined room? I wonder what's hidden in here. What the heck have I stumbled into? The first church of Superman? The whole room is like some kind of shrine in my honor. Pictures of me, computer-generated images, precise measurements, my height, estimated weight. Somebody's been devoting a great deal of time and effort to studying me, including obtaining some photographs. That's something I've been very careful to avoid. I don't want to risk anyone back in my old hometown of Smallville recognizing a picture of Superman as the man they knew as Clark Kent. How could the owner of this place get a photo of me then? Unless, yes, now that I think of it, there was that time a couple of years ago. I'd just come out of Metropolis General Hospital when I suddenly had the distinct impression I had been photographed. I wonder if... Hello? Dead. Been dead for about 6 weeks, I guess. Neck's been broken, snapped clean through, some enormously powerful force. And yes, my microscopic vision confirms his fingerprints are the same as those I found on the truck outside. The truck whose trail led me here. The truck that carried my stolen rocket across the country from Smallville. But who on earth could this man have been? I've never seen him before, not in person nor in any of the photo files back at the Daily Planet, the newspaper I work for, and my true identity. This place is turning into one mystery piled on top of another. And what's this? A large vat of acid? Or to harm me? No, not a strong enough corrosive to eat through the metal walls of this container or to harm me, but enough to have dissolved away most of what make that whoever was dropped into it. These are fragments of human bones. This is getting very nasty and very awkward. As a duly deputized special operative of the Metropolis Police Force, I should have contacted the local authorities and report all this. But it's obvious our late friend on the table there knew more about my secret origins than anyone's supposed to. So until I can figure out what to do about this, I better find a way to keep the wrong people from getting any kind of a look at the data in this place. And offhand, the best way I can think of to do that is to put the whole structure beyond the reaches of prying eyes. There, while burrowing around the lab at super speed, I've used my heat vision to fuse the silicates into the soil and steel hard bone and yard thick. Now I can lift the entire complex and carry it up and away from Mother Earth. The lab seems to have lost almost all its weight now that I'm flying rather than using pure muscle power to lift. I've noticed this effect several times before. Evidently, I fly objects the same way I fly myself, by sheer force of will, not by strength. Okay, we're clear of Earth's atmosphere. There, I've positioned the whole thing at the Lagrange point where the gravities of the Earth and Moon combine to create an area of stability. It'll hang there forever, or until I move it. The near-perfect vacuum of space will preserve all the clues in the lab until I'm ready to turn them over to the police. But right now, I'm almost late for a very important appointment, one it's taken me weeks to set up, and one Clark Kent has no intention of missing. Well, there you are. I was about ready to give up on you and go home, Kent. Oh, give me a break, Lois. I'm only 4 minutes late. 4 minutes can be a lifetime, Kent. How long did it take for the Hindenburg to blow up? For Oswald to shoot Kennedy? For Superman to rescue the hostages in Iran? I stand chastised. Anyway, thanks for waiting so long. Don't be cute, Kent. You're hard enough to resist without those dog looks. I only waited because you worked so hard to convince me to join you this morning. Well, I figured you'd earn 4 minutes worth of brownie points. Thanks. I'm really glad you agreed to come, Lois, and I'm especially pleased to hear I'm so hard to resist. Yeah, well, don't get all excited, Clarky boy. Denial builds character, and I'm going to be denying you for a long time. You don't mind, though, if I continue my efforts to wear down your resistance? It's your life, Kent, but unless you know some magical way to transform yourself so you're no longer the weasel you beat me to the first exclusive on Superman, well, just don't hold your breath. Oh, I can hold my breath a very long time, Lois. And hey, you're already calling me a weasel. I consider that a step up from swine. Sure, you suit yourself, Kent. Now, come on, big boy. Let's see you work up a little sweat. It's tough playing this waiting game with Lois. She's easily the most vivacious woman I've ever known. And I know she'd just fall into my arms if she knew I'm also Superman. But that would be too easy. If I'm going to win her, it's got to be as me, Clark Kent. What the? The automatic alarm at the Commerce Bank. Looks like somebody couldn't wait till Monday to make a withdrawal. Come on, Kent. Now, Lois, you know Mr. White has warned you repeatedly about risking your pretty neck to get a story. These are likely to be armed men inside the bank. And you know Perry White was the greatest ambulance chaser of all of his day, Kent. He doesn't really expect us to sit on our hands while the TV boys beat us up on hot stories. Now, come on, and keep quiet, for God's sake. Look at the outer doors. They've been wrenched off their hinges, bent all out of shape. Wow, whoever's in here must be almost as powerful as Superman. No, Miss Lane, more powerful, much more powerful. Hey! Who is this guy? He's big as a house, and he's hurting Lois. Got to do something. Don't dare use Superman's strength, but luckily Clark Kent keeps in shape. Fool. Oh, I didn't even feel that blow, but I've got to pretend I did roll with it. If I resist the force of his swing, he'll shatter his hand. It also gives me the chance to let the impact hurl me across the bank, where I can land out of sight, behind the counter. Didn't you hear what I said, Kent? Oh, yes, I know who you are, Lois Lane, and Clark Kent, crusading writers for the Daily Planet. Well, you've both lucked into an ultimate story this time, the story of Metallo, the man who's going to kill Superman. Metallo? You have got to be kidding. Where the heck did you pick up a cannonball name like that? A cornball name like that? Steady now. Do not exert yourself. Not yet. My Metallo, my triumph. Don't mock me, Lane. I wasn't joking when I said I'm powerful as Superman. One tiny squeeze and Kent will be writing your obituary. No, I don't think so. Put her down, mister, now. Superman, I knew you'd come breaking into the bank. Was bound to lure you here. Always glad to be obliging. Now, what say you and I take a little stroll down to the nearest precinct house? Of course, Superman, anything you say. But first, Krung, bang, jing, wang. Wow, he must have been pulling his punches before. Can't remember the last time I was hit so hard. It was almost as if my invulnerability faded on me for just a moment there. I still feel a little dizzy. But can't let that slow me down. Lois is still there, alone with that creep. Gotta get her clear before the police respond to that alarm and start shooting up the place. Not bad for an amateur, pal. Want to try for a professional standing? Superman, how eagerly you fly to your death. Don't count your corpses before they croak, tough guy. As you may notice, I'm not quite dead yet. Wow, Superman's really laying it into this guy. If Metallo is tough as he says, he is the whole building's likely to come down around their ears. And mine too. Gotta get Clark out of here. I haven't heard a peep of him since Metallo pitched him across the room. Kent, where are you? As you can see here, this is a rarer than kryptonite. The only way to get the one volume, the Man of Steel Special Edition, is to win it. Fill out this postcard at the back of the book. See that? Here is a postcard for Superman fans, still intact. Okay, back to our story. Superman must have got him out, tunneled in, then doubled back to the front doors. One more example of Kent's phenomenal luck. And speaking of Superman, he doesn't seem to be doing well. I don't get it. I've gone up against goons twice the size of this clown and never even blinked. But now it feels as if my powers are draining away. You see, Superman, you see, I said I was more powerful than you. I said I would kill you, and now I'm going to do it. One question. Why? What have you done to me? I have saved you. You are reborn. I don't know you. I've never seen you before. Look at yourself, strong, powerful. Why attack me? Why try to kill me? More powerful than any other human. More powerful than Superman himself. Who are you, Metallo? Who? And soon you will unleash your power. You will kill Superman. Why? Who? That's question, Superman. And you know something? I don't feel like answering either of them. Ugh! Time to die, Superman. What is he doing to me? All my power's fading. No strength left. I can't end like this. It can't. If I could just regain the advantage, just for 1 second. Okay, creep. Game over. Brr, huh. Superman, are you okay? Can you stand? I'm getting better, Lois. My strength seems to be returning, and my super senses, I don't hear a heartbeat from Metallo. Then he's dead? It's over so quickly without ever finding out who he really was. Oh, I'm sure police will be able to uncover his true identity sooner or later, Lois. My main concern is finding out what he did to sap my powers like that. And I'll be happy to show you, Superman. What? You're alive? Of course. You still don't understand, do you, Superman? You can't hurt me. You can't kill me. But I'm going to do both to you. Kill Superman? Are you crazy, old man? Nobody can do that. No, one man can. You can, because you will have the one thing on Earth that can harm him. Kryptonite. Kryptonite? What the hell is that? I've never even heard. Of course you haven't. No one has. No one on this earth knows it exists. No one but me. Even Superman himself doesn't know. But I do, and I know more than that. I know Superman's greatest secret. I know that Superman's great defender of truth, justice, and the American way is really an invader from outer space. What are you nuts? No, come listen. For 35 years, I've watched the skies, watched for the menace I knew lay out there. I watched when my fellow scientists laughed at me. Then 28 years ago, I was proven right. I saw a spaceship come from out of the great black depths. I tracked it all the way down to Earth, to Kansas. This spaceship, this one, Superman was sent here, mutated into a form of innocent child, found and adopted into an unsuspecting couple, planted in his midst like a viper at his bosom. But I don't get it. Even what you say is true. Superman is the big deal hero. He's no invader. Yes, he is. He is. Don't argue with me. They're out there. There are billions of them, aliens. His real father sent a message in the rocket. It's an alien language, but I've been able to translate it, little of it, or a tiny part. And that part speaks of Superman's home planet, a world called Krypton, and the destruction of the planet. The planet Krypton exploded years ago, and I believe the Kryptonians sent scouts out into the universe seeking worlds to conquer. Superman came here to Earth, but he brought with him, accidentally, I'm sure, the very instrument of his own destruction, a fragment of his shattered world of Krypton, an alien metal I call kryptonite. I've spent years studying all of the realms of human science, reading myself, waiting for this day, the day I could send my chosen warrior out into the world. With this piece of kryptonite as an inexhaustible power supply, I'm not some human punk the cops can waste with their SWAT team, Superman. Not anymore. Oof. There. By replacing the uranium I had in your chest cavity with this kryptonite, I give you more power than any human has ever known. I've rebuilt my human body, was crippled beyond repair in an auto wreck. But my brain survived, my brain lives on. And with the final addition of these plastics gloves over your robot hands, your disguise is complete. You are Metallo. I'm going to live forever now, Superman. This body will never wear out. Not so long as I've powered my kryptonite heart. Krypton. And now I'm all powerful. Then I don't really need you anymore, do I, old man? What? No, don't. Oh, yes, Superman. Yes, kryptonite, a piece of rock from your past, from the alien planet you were born on. What? Mr. L, sorry I disturbed your boss, but there's something on the TV I thought you ought to see. Quite all right, Pearl. I was nearly finished here in any event. What is it? Channel 8 Action News, boss. They've got a crew down by Commerce Bank on Centennial Avenue. Some super palooka's kicking the spit out of Superman. What? And that's not all, boss. The Metallo guy says Supes is going to some kind of alien being. And Metallo's got something that's going to kill him. Kill Superman? No, that won't do it at all. I have promised Superman that when he dies, it will be by my hand. And Lex Luthor always keeps his promises. Superman, come on, Miss Lane, you got to get clear. With the mess them two have made of the bank building, it ain't going to be standing much longer. Superman! No, they're fighting. Ha, 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 ha. I've won. I've beaten him. Uh-oh. Is that the end of Superman? Oh, no. No! Kryptonite, or no kryptonite. This isn't over yet. How pathetic. Don't you even have the sense to know when you've finished? You talk a good death science, Metallo, but so far, it's still just talk. Very well, Superman. Kryptonite vision is only a fraction of my power. Now you can feel the rest. The radiation from the kryptonite drives the solar radiation out of your alien cells, Superman. It drives out the source of your strength, your powers, and in the place it fills you with green glowing death. The pain is incredible. Never felt anything like it. It's pointless to struggle, Superman. It's all over. You've had a good run, but your time is up. My limbs feel like a silly putty. My heart's pounding as if to burst. After I was reborn, I wondered for a while, no real purpose, but then I realized my Creator was right in the wrong way. I have the power to make myself king of the world, Superman, and killing you is the best way I know to prove it. Can't see anything but that awful green, but can't give up, can't give. After you, the rest is easy. After you, everything else falls into, Huh? Uh-oh, falls into what? He's gone? Superman, Lois, what happened? Metallo. I don't know, it all happened so fast. He was standing over you, then there was a big black shadow, and he was just gone. But Superman, what he said about you being an alien it's true, Lois. I'm not from Earth. I grew up here, but I'm a native of a world called Krypton. No, at least I don't think it does, but why did you try to hide it from all us, Superman? I didn't. I only discovered the truth myself a few weeks ago. I'll be happy to tell you all about it, all I know about it, but not just now, Lois. You're still worried about Metallo? If he should come back, that worries me a lot less than the lump of rock in the chest, Lois. What he said about kryptonite was true. It could kill me. With a long enough exposure, it killed almost everyone on Krypton. And it's out there somewhere. Somebody snatched Metallo to get it. And I have an awful feeling. I know who. The end. Uh-oh. And that was Superman #1. And it could be your last issue of Heart of Stone. Get it? Heart of Stone Kryptonite. Well, I hope you enjoyed that book. Once again, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. Tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like. Give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. Alrighty, and as I always say,
that was easy.
Until next time, Papa is out.